Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expert Secrets Study Group. My name is Austin Durr, and today we're going to be talking about the concept of the new opportunity as presented by Russell Brunson. And I'm really excited to be getting into this, and I know I say that every time. I'm really excited about everything I talk about. That's why I'm doing this, but especially now, because I'm sure a lot of you who have been following this since day one have been thinking, okay, this is all great. This is really useful information. I can see how this can help me. But when do we start with the marketing section? Because really for a lot of people who already know something about a topic and they want to help other people to do it, they want to be an expert and provide a service helping people, they're not necessarily good at marketing. And so that's one of the great values that Expert Secrets provides, is by providing us with a conceptual knowledge of how to market something, how to sell it, so that you can help people. And that's really what it's all about, is positioning your message in a way that'll catch people's attention, and then that they'll be receptive to it and accept your offer for help. Essentially, that's what we're doing here. So today we're going to explore the new opportunity. So let's dive right in. Okay, now first of all, we want to talk about an improvement versus a new opportunity. What's the difference between the two? And the reason that it's important to make this distinction is because an improvement isn't very exciting. It's not compelling. It tends to be difficult. Change is difficult. Improvement is difficult. Think about yourself or people that you know. Anybody who has tried to improve themselves in life usually faces a lot of challenges in doing that. So in that example, when you offer somebody an opportunity for improvement, they tend to compare your opportunity with their past experience trying to improve that thing. And then because of that comparison, that turns you into a commodity. That means that people will listen to you and they'll say, okay, well, that sounds nice. And then they'll go on Amazon or eBay or somewhere and look for all of the other things that they consider part of that commodity offer, and they'll pick the cheapest one because they're all basically the same, maybe different packaging, different colors, but you get the same thing in the end. So you don't want to be a commodity. You don't want to invite people to compare what you have to something that they had in the past, because you're not going to win that way. As a new entrepreneur coming in, you need to differentiate yourself in a way that convinces people that there is no comparison to anything that they've experienced before. That's the new opportunity. It's exciting. It's exciting and mysterious almost. People think, oh, what is that? I need to learn more. The other thing is that a new opportunity doesn't destroy dreams. Now, Russell talks about that, and it's a really interesting point. The fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons that people don't try new things, and even if that new thing could help them to realize their dream. That's because a dream that might one day happen is more comforting than failure, right? So people protect their dreams from reality. They tend to just keep it a nice dream in their mind. They think, oh, I'll do that someday, or maybe they come up with reasons to protect their dream. They might think, oh, well, I can't do that right now because of this reason, or it'll work out someday, but right now it's just won't work because of this other thing. So people protect these dreams from reality. A new opportunity offers people a new dream, and you'll be there to help them succeed. So they have a helping hand along the way. They don't have to take their current dream, whatever it happens to be, and put it at risk, put it on the poker table. No, they just keep that in their pocket, and they accept your dream and your vision for getting the thing that they already wanted, right? So when I talk about a dream, I'm not talking about the goal. Like if it's weight loss, I'm not talking about losing the weight as the dream. That's the goal. In this case, it might be going on a diet or starting an exercise routine. That would be what people might make excuses and say, well, I'll start, but not right now because I've got the 4th of July coming up and family's coming over and we're going to have those delicious barbecue ribs. So that's a terrible time to start a diet. But this fall, maybe I'll do this fall. So that's an example of people have a dream of trying something that will get them to a goal, but they don't do that eventually because they come up with excuses. So you're going to say, I have a new opportunity for you that you haven't considered before, but it works because of XYZ reasons, and I'm going to help you to reach your goal with this thing. How about it? Right? And that's the difference between an improvement offer and a new opportunity offer. A new opportunity isn't really, you can't say it's a step in any direction. Like an improvement, you might think, oh, well, it's a step forward if it's an improvement on an existing design. Like if I made a better vacuum cleaner, well, it sucks more, right? So that would be an improvement. It's a step forward. Or I can make another vacuum cleaner that it doesn't really suck any better, but it's a really cool color scheme. So that's more like a horizontal step. That's an improvement step. A new opportunity doesn't go in any direction. It's a shift in paradigm. So people who are receptive will be curious to hear what you have to say because you've positioned yourself already as a charismatic leader. You've presented your future-based cause, and you've created your new opportunity. So those two other points are the ones we've talked about before. Being a charismatic leader, so people have trust in your message. You're entertaining also, so people are interested in leading it, and they know that you're not just going to lecture to them or give them some boring spiel. People want to be entertained. And you give them the future-based cause. You say, you do this today, and you'll have this other thing tomorrow. It's going to be great, and we're all going to do it together. So we want to create a new opportunity. That's what we're going to do today. In your new opportunity creation process, you have an opportunity switch and an opportunity stack. The opportunity switch is where you take somebody from their existing mindset and you shift them to a different mindset. When you help someone transition, it's about their current set of beliefs. Another way to describe it is the current vehicle. They believe that vehicle will get them to their goal. You want to say, no, I see what you're doing there, but you're also not having success, and you want to have success, and I want you to have success. So let's shift your beliefs. I'm going to get you out of that vehicle and into this other vehicle that I've built. And it's a different vehicle that you've never seen before, and we're going to go to that goal together, and it's going to be wonderful. So for example, let's talk about that weight loss example again. Russell uses this example in his book. If you want to work with people whose goal is to lose weight, and maybe they've already tried the Atkins diet, what you want to do is you want to switch them to a different diet that's completely different from Atkins. Maybe it's not even a diet at all, but it's something completely different. They've already tried Atkins and it didn't work for them, right? But they still have the goal of losing weight. So you're going to present your message in a way that will help them to transition from the vehicle of Atkins diet into the vehicle of your strategy. Okay, once you've switched somebody successfully from their old way of thinking to your way of thinking, that's when they come into your opportunity stack, or it's also called a value ladder. This is where you create a series of steps where you can provide the maximum amount of value for the person at that level of your business and that price point, right? Because this is a business and you have to get paid to help for you to be able to help them. Otherwise, you're going to have to be working your regular old job and you won't have time to help people, right? That's how this works. So the first step of your value ladder, it's going to be free. You might have free videos, you might have blog posts, You might be posting in a Facebook group, and anybody can come and get that content. Anybody can read it. Anybody can benefit from it. And your goal is to give the very most help you can, the most value you can at that level. So for whatever you can do for free, do it. Now, think about it. You're not going to commit yourself to personally coaching everybody. And if you have a coaching business, you're not going to do that for free for everybody. You don't have the time, and you wouldn't be able to eat if you did that. So your free content is going to be the stuff that you can create once, and then it's out there and anybody can do it, and doesn't cost you anything for them to get it. So a video on YouTube is a great example of that. Create it once and then it's out there. Anybody's going to stumble across it. You don't really need to promote it. It's just sitting there helping people that come across it. Now, the next step might be something that you've created that you want to sell them. And it might be a book, if you write a book, or a booklet, or a PDF, or something else, something that is low effort on your side, but still requires some resources to distribute, right? So the next level is you're helping people a little bit more, but at this point, they need to give you a little bit in return so that you're able to provide that service to them, right? And the next level, it's even more involvement from you and even more financial commitment from them, on up and up and up. Now, what a lot of people like to do when they're creating their opportunity stack is start at the top. Envision what is the triple platinum VIP service that blows everything out of the water. It's the very most value you can possibly provide. That's at the top of your value ladder, and then deconstruct it from there. And it's up to you. You probably want to have a minimum number of steps in your ladder, depending on, especially if you're new into this. So you'll have like 3 or 4 levels max. The highest level, that's going to be your most expensive, but also most resource intensive solution for people. And the lowest level, the free one, that's going to be whatever you create and just sits out there on the internet, and people get help as they stumble across it. Okay, so here's an example. I'm doing a lot of talking here. So here's an example. I've talked before. I have a hypothetical tree trimming business. So step 1 of my tree trimming business might be, as I discussed, free videos and blog posts that I have on the internet. So just how to trim your trees. Here's how you do it. Read it. And if that's all you need to go out and you trim your trees, then great. I just helped you for free. That's awesome. But if you need more help, then I'm going to provide an online course where when you buy the course, you get a series of lessons, of videos, where you get to see in depth how exactly to hold the saw, how to climb up there, how to tie the knots. And you can watch that course at your leisure. You can rewatch it. But I have to pay hosting fees in order to keep it up there. So I'm going to charge a little bit. And I spent a lot of time making sure that the information was complete and accurate and interesting and entertaining. So I'm going to charge a little bit for that online course. I might also throw in a really nice hand saw, because you want to make sure that you have the right tool for the job. So anybody taking my course, you pay for the course, and then I'll send you a hand saw in the mail. That's the kind of the thing that you can put together for people. Now, if you take the online course and that's it's great, you like it, but you still have some questions, or you still don't feel prepared to trim your own trees, well, then my triple platinum premium VIP service is, for a price, I will go to your house with all of the tools necessary, the ladders, the saws, the ropes, the safety gear, the helmets, the glasses. I'll bring pizza and Gatorade, and we'll get the job done, and I'll teach you how to do it. And then I'll leave all the tools there for you so you can do it the next time by yourself, and you can start saving money and do it yourself. But obviously, because of all the resources involved, there would be a bigger fee associated with that. So that's the top of the opportunity stack, the value ladder. Okay, all right, got it? All right, let's keep going, because there's a lot to get into today, so I don't want to dwell too much on any one topic. If you have any questions, guys, just post them in the comment section below this video if you're watching it on Facebook, and I'll be sure and I'll get in and answer every question. Okay, so let's talk more about the opportunity switch. Don't write a book. That's one thing that Russell talks about. He feels like you need to earn a book, and I really agree with that. There are too many worthless books out there. There are too many books out there that aren't actually written by the author that it says on the desk cover. So a book has to be earned. A lot of people think, well, how can I switch people from their old opportunity, their old way of thinking, into mine? And a book seems like the best way to do it. But Russell advises against it, and for the reasons that I gave. What you want to do is run a beta test, run a beta group. So get some people together and take them through, get them into your vehicle, and whatever process you think you will get people to their goal, let them do it for free. Now, you'll get two benefits from that. One, you'll get practice taking people into your vehicle and getting that goal. So you'll be able to refine your message and your presentation. And two, you're going to have a group of users who got your benefit. They're excited about it, and they want to tell people. So they will give great reviews for you. They'll bring in their friends and family. So you'll have a really nice group of early adopters who will speak positively, and that's great for any business, right? Some businesses like pay just so that they can have that. So let's get into an exercise, and hopefully that'll clarify things here a little bit. I want you to think about two things. Number one, what is the results that you want people to get? In other words, where do you want them to go? What's the goal at the end what's the pot at the end of the rainbow that they want to go get, okay? And number two, what process will your followers go through in order to get that result? That's your vehicle. That's the process that you're creating, right? So the result, in our weight loss example before, the result is losing weight. However, people individually quantify that. And the process or the vehicle is how you're going to help people to lose weight. Now, in my tree trimming business example, I might say, I'm going to make a statement here. I am going to help homeowners to trim their trees by themselves for maximum health and beauty. So take a paper and pencil, if you haven't got that already, and write down your own statements. What is your result and what's the process? So who are you going to help? So I said I'm going to help homeowners because those tend to be the people who care the most about the trees around their house. And I'm going to help them to get this result, to learn how to trim their trees for maximum health and beauty. Okay, so write that down for you. For what is your idea? Who are you going to help? What is their result? And what process will they go through? All right, and while you're writing on that, let's move on to the next section. And if you are watching the replay, obviously you can pause, but I'm going to keep barreling on forward so we get through all of this. Okay, so let's make it interesting. Let's think about a headline. If you're going to take the idea that you just wrote down and turn into an exciting headline, something that's going to grab people's attention, Russell has a formula that he recommends. It's how to, and then insert the result that they desire the most. There might be other results, but you just want one of them that's the most exciting, the most intriguing, right? So how to get this result without the thing that they fear the most. So you've got to know your audience a little bit and know the culture around this in order to really zero in on like what are people most afraid of, what's keeping them from getting their results, right? But once you know your audience and know your process and your goal, then you can write a really captivating headline that's going to get people to read more. And really that's the objective here, is that if people don't read your headline, if you can't grab people's attention there, they're not going to read what you have to say. And if they don't read what you have to say, then they're not going to click and go through to your website, and you're not going to be able to help them at all. So if you're going to spend your time and your money creating a way to help people, you need to make your message as compelling as possible so that people actually come for your help, right? So for me, let's go back to my tree trimming business. I might say how to keep your trees happy and healthy without spending thousands of dollars or risking your own safety. So what they desire the most, a homeowner with trees around their house, they want their trees to be happy and healthy. They don't want their trees to have limbs falling off in storms or things like that. They also don't want to spend thousands of dollars or risk their own safety, because trimming trees can be dangerous work, right? But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. So this headline speaks to that. It tells people that they can get that result that they desire the most without the thing that they fear the most. So on your piece of paper, write down your headline. How are people going to get what they desire the most without risking the thing that they fear the most? All right. And while you're writing that down, we'll move on and talk about the curiosity hook. Now, Russell talks about the curiosity hook in his book. Let's see, I'm going to pull up my book here so that I can get the right name. Yeah, okay, so Russell credits Jason Fladline, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who's the author of a book called Webinar Pitch Secrets 2.0. So he's the guy that taught Russell this, give credit where credit's due, right? So the 5 curiosity hooks. Number 1, little known, big difference. And this hook shows people something that they aren't aware of and how knowing it could make all the difference between success and failure. So it's something that's, and that's the one that I chose for my example. So I'll go ahead and read that. There's a little known tree trimming method that can make a big difference in whether your tree becomes diseased and has to be cut down or lives a long and healthy life. When you learn how to do it, you'll be able to take care of all of your own tree trimming by yourself. So it lets people know that there's a method that not many people know about, but it can make a big difference. And one of the risks in tree trimming is that you don't do it right, and then when you cut a limb, it can become a vector for fungus and viruses to get into the tree. So that's the little known big difference is the curiosity hook that I chose. The next one that Russell talks about is the well-known, little understood curiosity hook. This is where you take something that everyone thinks that they know about and you show them that they're actually sabotaging their success because they're missing little nuances or details. I'm quoting from the book right now. So that's the one. It's kind of it can almost be like an attention redirect and say, oh, well, I know about this. And then you say, oh, you think you know about that? Hold on. You should learn this. All right. So you really get your people's attention with that. Number 3, this changes everything. It's something totally new that no one's ever heard of, and you want to let people know about it. Otherwise, they're going to miss out. So this is where if you have something that's truly paradigm shifting, that's where you use this attention hook. This changes everything. This is game changing. And don't use this flippantly or casually. I think it's important to use meaningful words in the appropriate time, because if you don't, you'll lose trust in your audience. If you say, wow, this is amazing, this changes everything, and then people read it and it's not actually that game changing, they're gonna be like, oh, well, this guy, it's just clickbait, he's just trying to trick me, I don't trust him, and then they'll just move on and they'll go watch some more cat videos. So it's important to choose the right curiosity hook and be honest about it. All right, next up we have the crystal ball theory. This one shows that there's something that's been done successfully in the past that's about to be made obsolete. You're going to tell them that soon this method, whatever you have, this will become common knowledge, but they can get it now from you, and it'll be like having early VIP access. So you're saying, I can see the future of this. Like in the future, all tree trimming will be done in this way, but no one's doing it yet. I created it. Join my course, and you can learn how to do it too, and you'll be the envy of all of your neighbors. Okay, something like that. All right, and the last one, revisiting the fundamentals. This is where you say, look, guys, tree trimming is really complicated these days. It seems like all the time people are coming out with these new methods and new things, and it's like they're acronyms and jargon, and I don't even know what they're talking about. It's just way too complicated. We need to get back to the basics. People have been trimming trees for thousands of years just fine, and we don't need all this newfangled technology. So we're going to go back to the basics, and it's going to be fun and easy, and you're going to save money doing it. So that's the revisiting the fundamentals method. Now you'll notice that all of these attention hooks, they're compelling, and you're positioning yourself against whatever is already out there. So one of the things, I haven't gotten into this too much in this group yet, but as you're reading along in the book, you've read about the red ocean, blue ocean idea. And the red ocean is it's like full of fish and sharks, and it's like a feeding frenzy, and there's blood, right? So that's the red ocean. You don't want to jump in there. That's like you're risking your time and your money and your sanity by trying to compete with that. So you want to position yourself and your method and your message as opposed to whatever is already out there. You're going to say, guys, this stuff is out there, and it's not working because you're still looking for this solution. So come over here into my ocean. It's nice and blue. The water's calm. There's no competition here. You're going to jump into my blue ocean, and we're going to do this together, and you'll get the goal that you want, right? So you're positioning your message with these curiosity hooks to let people know that what you have is completely different from what they've experienced before. All right, so good job. If you've been following along and writing down notes and writing down your ideas, then you should have 3 things on your paper now. You should have a who, what statement, which for me was, who are you going to teach and what are you going to do? Okay, so thinking about what is your result and what is the process, that's your who, what statement. Okay, you should have your opportunity switch headline. That is where we said how to get the result that you desire the most without the thing that you fear the most, right? That's your attention-grabbing headline. And next, you should have your curiosity hook statement. That's the one we just got into. You choose one of the curiosity hooks, or you could make your own, but these are good. Like, these are definitely valid. And use one of those and create your statement. So what we're doing here, guys, is we're crafting our marketing message, right? And as we go forward, we can continue to refine and to reference back to the sales copy in business, right? It's called copy if you didn't know that. We're referencing back to this copy that's the foundation of your message moving forward. So these 3 things. So if you didn't get it all taken down and worked out, because it's kind of a lot to brainstorm all at once, then take your time and sit about for 5-10 minutes, write it out, maybe share it with somebody who is interested and get some feedback. Because although this isn't going to be written in stone, it's important to get really clear on these basic things, because this is your foundation. This is what you're building your business off of. So as I said, good job. This is really important work that we're going through, and that's what we've got for today. So thank you very much. As always, if you don't have your copy of Expert Secrets yet, you can get it now by going to studentloanavengers.com. That's my website, and that's where you can also get your membership and log in. And I post all of the videos and all of the study group content on the website, and it's easy to find right there. And I'm always adding bonuses and special things for members. It's free to be a member, and that's studentloanavengers.com. And thanks again, guys, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure as always. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and I will be checking back this week to answer anything you might be wondering about. So I'll see you next time, guys, for another episode of Expert Secret Study Group. My name's Austin, signing out.